Certified by WeatherRate as the most accurate forecast in the Ozarks 7 years in a row.
Summer lingers. Outside right now, 71. A little bit of a breeze out of the southeast. You know, one difference today over the last couple of days, this past weekend was hotter. We had highs in the upper 80s. Some areas did make it into the low 90s. Rolla setting a record high of 93 back on Saturday. We got real close to 90 yesterday here in Springfield. And we also had some humidity. Today, humidity levels have been dialed back a bit. Our dew point right now, 60 degrees. For much of the day, it's been in the 50s. So that makes it feel better, at least, even with these warm readings. And take a look at these warm readings today. Not as hot as yesterday, but still very warm for early October. 75 is the average high this time of the year. 86 was today's high in Springfield. And you can see in a few spots it was a little hotter. 87 in Joplin, 87 in Lake Ozark, 88 today in Fort Leonard Wood. Take a look at temperatures the past 10 days. We have gone 10 straight days here at the end of September, now early October, with highs over 80 degrees. In fact, not just over 80 degrees, in most cases, well over 80 degrees. And so while we've not really set a whole lot of records with this heat, it is kind of interesting how long this heat wave has lasted here at the end of September and now October. Well, it can't last forever, right? And we've got the mechanism that's going to change our pattern here in the western United States. Where's all the cold air in the nation? Cold for this time of the year, I should say. It's in the western United States. And oftentimes, it's kind of like a teeter-totter. If you've got one part of the country where it's down, you're going to have another part of the country where it's up. And that happens to be here in the middle of the country where temperatures are running, in some cases, over 20 degrees above normal in the upper Midwest. Here locally, temperatures have been running over 10 degrees above normal. We have pockets of showers and thunderstorms out ahead of this system, out ahead of this trough, which encompasses the western United States. And gradually that trough is going to move out over the next few days. So we're going to find cloudier weather, we're going to find wetter weather, and then we're eventually going to find colder weather across the region. Right now, though, it is still clear and mild. And our pattern overnight tonight will stay quiet and mostly clear. Tomorrow, noticeably more high cloudiness. It'll be, I'll call it a partly sunny day. At times, maybe a high overcast. With all the high cloudiness it's going to be moving through. And that's going to have an impact on highs. It should be a little cooler tomorrow after a morning low of 63, an afternoon high of 83, with most locations looking at highs in the low to mid 80s tomorrow afternoon. It'll also be a bit more breezy. Winds out of the south generally at 5 to 15 miles per hour, but we could have gusts of 20 to 25 miles per hour. Now, as we move to the middle portion of this week, we're going to have a pair of cold fronts move through. The first one is really going to be the one that generates the round of wet weather. And, you know, a lot of times when you have a big contrast in temperatures like we've got this week, you have strong to severe thunderstorms when you make the shift. Well, that's not going to be the case this go-round. I don't expect severe weather, but I do expect scattered showers and a few thunderstorms at times Wednesday night into Thursday. Locally heavy rainfall will be a possibility. A lot of locations will see amounts of a half an inch to an inch, but there'll be some areas that could see amounts that total more than 2 inches. Then at the end of the week, it's all about the colder weather. We're going to have a direct connection to Canada, that pipeline of colder air flowing right into the middle of the country on the backside of this trough. And we're going to go from highs in the 80s early in the week to highs in the 60s late in the week. It looks like 70s for Wednesday and Thursday, 67 for a high on Friday. And then this upcoming weekend, there's some fall weather right there. Pumpkin picking weather is back. Morning lows in the upper 30s and low 40s and afternoon highs in the 60s both Saturday and Sunday. And that should come with lots of golden sunshine.
Yeah, you know it's cold when it's not hoodie weather, but jacket weather. That's like one step below that even. So.
Yeah, well, I was you know, saying earlier to Dan Lucy that Friday night football forecast is looking chilly. This will be the chilliest Friday night yet.
We'll feel it. Better than that heat they were having a few weeks ago.
Correct.
All right, thanks, Jamie.